Hello, my name is Low G, and welcome to Low G's Guitar Extravaganza. If you've never heard me play before, feel free to click some of the links below. Through the past 16 years of teaching, one type of student always stands out to me. This student is a good guitar player. They know chord shapes, they know scale shapes, they know songs and licks, and they have good tone and good technique. Yet they still come to me saying that they're lost or stuck, and they don't know how to progress to the level that they want. So during the first lesson, I always have them do the same thing. Simply play something over an A minor chord. After they do this, I'll say, "Great, sounds good. Can you explain to me what you did?" And they'll often say something like this. So I played an A minor pentatonic scale over the A minor chord. And I'll say, "Great, why did you do that?" And they'll say, "Well, A minor pentatonic works over an A minor chord." And I'll say, "Great, why does it work over an A minor chord?" And they'll say, "Well, the notes in the scale work over the notes in the chord." And I'll say, "Great, why do the notes in the scale work over the notes in the chord?" This is usually around the time in my questioning where I get the answer that I'm expecting, and that is, I don't really know. Even though this is a good guitar player, they don't know why they're playing the things that they're playing. They're simply recycling ideas that they've learned throughout the years without ever realizing or figuring out why those ideas exist in the first place. Of course, this is not their fault. This is mostly the fault of how guitar is generally taught. Through YouTube videos or private lessons, guitar instruction is often taught with a focus on guitar-y things, like technique or finger patterns, without really an emphasis or even ever talking about the musical information behind it all. And what's worse is years of this playing style will create this mentality. "I don't need that music nerd crap. Listen to me, I sound great. I don't need any of that stuff." While they probably do sound good, they will inevitably hit a wall in their progression and creativity, preventing them from ever being able to play outside of their comfort zone. If you play without thinking about this musical information, you will always have to rely on other people to show you things, instead of carving your own path. It's kind of like being a chef and only using recipes for your entire life. No doubt you'll be able to make a meal that is good, but you'll never truly have the creative freedom to do whatever you want, because you're simply using recipes made by other people instead of your own. Through this Patreon, I will always emphasize the musical information behind everything that we do, so you will always understand down to the finest detail why any sound that you play works or doesn't work. As a patron, I guarantee you will have the tools to sound good in any genre, context, or musical situation that you find yourself in. Because remember, every single piece of music that you've ever heard is essentially based off of the same fundamental stuff. Once your knowledge and musical ear are strong enough, you'll also be able to learn whatever you want to play completely by yourself without anyone's help, allowing you to carve your own creative path. If any of this stuff sounds good to you, let me walk you through the average week as a patron. All of my lessons are videoed lessons and are organized into a series of topics. This entire Patreon is also a cumulative experience, meaning every lesson and topic will naturally flow into the next. Some examples of topics are my fretboard method, playing and playing over chords in a key, technique, chords and chord voicings, playing and playing over chords not in a key, as well as many others. Let's take a look at my fretboard method. The fretboard method is 10 chapters long, with each chapter being released on a Sunday. So chapter 1 will be released on a Sunday, and then chapter 2 on the next Sunday, chapter 3 on the next Sunday, so on and so forth. Let's take a look at the week of chapter 4. In chapter 4, we talk about how to access minor and dominant seventh sounds on the fretboard, as well as expand on a topic that I call the note hierarchy. Let's check out a little bit of this lesson, because of how different major and minor are. Check it out. minor first. Flat 3, right? 1, 2, flat 3. 4 is a note I can sit on. Still minor. How about flat 7? Minor pentatonic. Major, here we go. Major 3, right? 4 is now a little bit harder to sit on because it's clashing with the 3. This lesson, of course, is released on Sunday, but throughout the week, there will be 3 other video lessons that will further embellish what we discussed in Chapter 4. These lessons are called side lessons and are released on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Side lesson A, which will be released on the following Monday, will go over a variety of songs and how they use the minor and dominant 7th sounds in their melodies. If it said A, you would think, oh, I'm just going to play an A major scale. But of course that doesn't work because it's not 100% A major. It is A dominant 7th because that is the sound that's happening. Why is that the sound? Because that flat 7 is being played by multiple things in this song. The main thing that's happening actually in the very beginning is the bass. The bass is doing this. So it's playing 1, then it's playing 5, which in this case is the open E string, the 5 below 1, so 1, 7, 6, 5. And then it's playing flat 7, so 1, a real quick 5, flat 7, walk up to A. Side lesson B, which is released on the following Wednesday, will go over how we can access some other sounds with the note hierarchy concept. There's your downbeat. So 1, 3, 5, 1, 4, 5. Right? I'm even holding that 4 a little long and it still sounds okay. Right? How about 1, 2, 5? Pretty cool. What about the other ones I was playing? How about 1, 4, 3? 1, 3, 4. So I'm replacing the 5 with the 4. Now what about 5, instead of playing 5, play the 6. Let's see what that is. Really cool. It's one of my favorites. How about I do this? And then finally, side lesson C, which will be released on the following Friday, will show you how I would build a metal riff based on the minor sound on 1 string. I'm also doing that with pick and fingers. So notice how easy it is to do that. All these notes are kind of the same thing. These are 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s. So all I need to do is really just think about 1 string and jump back and forth between the 2 D strings. You get some pretty cool sounds. This will be the typical week that you will experience as a patron. The only exception is with certain chapters that I find require more side lessons, like chapter 6, for example, which has 5 side lessons instead of 3. Alongside these video lessons, I will also make backing tracks and diagrams that go along with specific chapters. All of this material will be available to you as long as you are a patron, and you can go through it at whatever pace makes the most sense to you. I hope you guys enjoy this material, and I'll see you in the lessons.